information on the nerdy topics that are near and dear to your heart? Well, let me tell you, you ended up in the wrong place. Here, we're all about hot takes and grandiose displays of misinformation, so stick along for the ride, and you might just blow a blood vessel or two. Except maybe this time, it is the most up-to-date information on the nerdy topics that are near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, we're actually tackling something like within the week or so that it comes out. That's wild.
Yeah, we're going through the trailers that came out for Monster Hunter Wilds. Just kind of what we noticed in them, as well as looking back at episode 29, where we talked about what we might like to see and what we might not like to see in Monster Hunter Wilds. And we're going to kind of look over that again with a more educated eye this time.
Mm-hmm.
But to start, I think it'd be good to know sort of what we've seen so far in the trailers.
Yeah, give us a little recap of everything, because I feel... Did we see any we saw exclusively new monsters in both the State of Play and second trailer, right? Or did I just miss something?
Okay, so the State of Play was the first one where they talked about how the game's going to be played, like interacting with the environment, stuff like that, your mount, all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second trailer is the what is it titled? The Hunter's Journey. And so we get a little glimpse into what the story might be, and I do want to talk about what I think the story beats could be. And then we had the original release trailer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the original release trailer, we saw what we now know to be Doshaguma, a new fanged beast that kind of looks like a mix between a bear and a lion and a mole, right? It has no eyes, skin.
Yeah, that's
face.
the thing that looks like the bear at the end of Annihilation.
I don't know what that is.
If you've seen that movie.
No.
Never mind.
So yeah, that is Doshaguma. Okay. So we got Doshaguma packs in that one, as well as some of the just indigenous herbivore. They say the name in the trailer.
Yeah.
So we got them and the herbivore exclusively in the reveal trailer, but we also saw a Rathalos. I don't think it surprises anybody that the Wraths are going to be in the game. They have to be in the game.
It'd be a lot more surprising if they
But that's one of the few monsters that we have seen that we know from the old game is going to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
The second trailer, in terms of actual number, which would be the state of the game, we see Doshaguma. Sorry, I don't know why I want to keep calling it Goshu. It's Doshaguma. We see Chotacabra, which is an amphibian for you. It's like,
okay.
I mean, looking at this guy, he's so much of a lot of things. He looks kind of like a Tetsukabra, with like a puke tongue.
Yeah, he does.
And then, what is that? Monster Hunter.
Kind of a puke face shape.
Well, the face reminds me of a bearded dragon's head or something like that. It's very like lizardy in that.
As I'm scrolling through images, it looks a lot like Dodogama, is what it looks like.
Oh, does it?
In the one art that I'm seeing of it, yeah. It has like a similar head shape in like, what if instead of being cute and chunky, he was jacked?
Okay. That's fair. And like with a much smaller jaw.
Yeah.
Obviously.
For sure.
So that's what we saw in the State of Play. We also saw the hunter use some slingers. We got a little bit more information on the mounts. We saw switching weapons. off the back of the mount, which we talked about briefly.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, there's this new thing where there's large monster herds, which is going to be either crazy or not impactful.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm feeling like it's going to be not impactful. I think there's just going to be like a way to dung bomb the herd, and then all
Mhm.
but the biggest leave.
I
Uh,
can see that. Maybe it's an environmental hazard. You're starting stampedes.
yeah, yeah. Another thing that we considered. And then in the to finish up the monsters that we've seen so far, we got um, in the second trailer, which is the gameplay trailer, we or the story trailer rather, we see
Mhm.
Balahara is how I'm going to say it.
Yep.
It
And
is
sounds like we have some difficult to pronounce names
yeah,
already.
it is a desert dwelling leviathan, and they use their supple serpentine bodies to create quicksand traps for unwary prey. That's word for word off the website.
I don't like how they phrase that. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Uh, so what I see in this one, this is going to be an early monster, I think,
Mm.
because in the trailer they fall through the sand pit and then they find the village. So I
Yeah.
think this might be monster one that you encounter, or like maybe one of the second or third. Uh, Early monster that you're going to find.
Yep.
The
I
second
agree.
thing is that monster type, Leviathan. I hinted about it at the beginning. When we talked about the monster classifications, uh, and I think in episode 29 on our expectations, I brought up the fact that with Leviathans, they have an issue with their models. They
Yeah.
break, and you get a plesioth hip check, um, or like they're clipping weird, so they couldn't really get it down.
Yeah, they
Now,
just weren't great for the game's engine.
yeah, but I mean, we're seeing a new Leviathan, and also like six of them on screen at once.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they got it figured out, which is great for me because one of my favorite monsters, Legiacrus, or Legiacrus, or Lagiacrus, or
Mm-hmm.
Lagiacrus, however you want to say
Whatever
it.
way you want to be wrong in pronouncing it, because no one will ever
Yeah,
agree.
uh, that has a chance at coming back, and it honestly gets me like adrenaline filled. I love that monster. It was so much fun to fight, and I know that Legiacrus is like a pushover and try, but I love the monster so much, and I want to see it again. I want to fight it. I want to see Legiacrus have uh, turf wars. I think that would be so cool. It was supposed to be in Monster Hunter World specifically for that
Yep.
reason. There was supposed to be a turf war between Anjanath uh, and Legiacrus and Rathalos. It was supposed to be like the lowest part of the forest, the first map, whatever it's called, was
Yep.
supposed to be
Ancient Forest.
flooded. The middle part was supposed to be Anjanath's territory, and then obviously Rathalos was the apex at the top, and it was going to be like a couple of areas where the zones kind of would merge, and you would
Intermingled.
see them. Yeah, that you'd see them have turf wars. I think that'd be super cool.
It
Um,
would. And that is something that I noticed in the trailer. That we haven't we haven't been denied water combat yet. It wasn't shown either, but no one has said that water is impossible, so you can keep your hopes up for that for it
yeah,
to not
I
happen.
actually the thing that I want to talk about is uh, on the Monster Hunter Wilds portal. If you go to a living world, uh, you will you'll get like the scroll by of all the same place, and it's the place that we've seen in all of the trailers. And that place is named the Windward Plains. And so this is the first hunting locale you'll visit. So suck it, haters. It's not an open world game. Not every
Thank
game
God.
needs to be an open world game. And
Thank
Monster
God
Hunter
it's not open
certainly
world.
doesn't need to be. So
No.
cope,
Seethe
seethe,
and mauled.
mauled, touch grass. All right, losers. Okay, back to what we were talking
Touch grass,
about.
but probably not in the windswept plains. It looks pretty dead there.
Yes, but okay. So what I want to talk about with the ecosystems, one, huge monster herds in a way that every game they have wanted to have huge monster herds.
But
This one's the first time where it's going to be like,
yeah.
these are herds of monsters that you would see if like you were in like the 1600s going across the American plains, right? Or like a savanna in Africa, right?
Yep.
Herd monsters sticking together to avoid predators. We're going to see a lot of that, and it looks like also predatory packs, which is sick. We have a pack of what looks like Jaggy, or this generation's version of Jaggy.
Whatever this small monster is.
Yeah, whatever the raptors are, is a Sultan, the new amphibian, which was Katabara, I think. Anyways.
I did notice looking at the living portal that what I'll call a suffix for lack of better word is the same ending as the Tetsukabra. So definitely that looks real similar.
Yeah. But okay, so another couple things that we learned from the website is this is the Forbidden Lands. That's the name of this world. So in Monster Hunter World, we had the New World. What was the last like endgame content that was the Guiding Lands?
Yeah.
Okay, we have the Forbidden Lands in this. I don't know exactly what that means, but there's got to be a reason why it's forbidden, right?
Yeah. And we did learn in the newest trailer that we are still part of the guild. I can't remember
I was
if
going
you
to say
said
that. I was going to say that, yeah.
On this podcast or just as we've talked about it on our own. But you, for a second, were hypothesizing that the guild would not be present in this game.
Yeah, no, the guild is present. It's very easy to tell in the second trailer, or I guess the third numbered trailer, but it's trailer 2.
Trailer number 2.
Yeah, the Hunter's Journey. You start on a big boat sailing in the sand, and you have what is very obviously a handler just from looking. And then you also have the smithy and a young child.
You also have a commander later on saying, "You're part of the guild now, son." Or
yeah, but I'm saying like in the first seconds, it like feels very Monster Hunter story beat. So it's you're a guild. You still have like the legendary rank of hunter, which if you don't know in Monster Hunter, hunters are heroes. I feel like I had an entire episode where I talked about that kind of stuff. But regardless, so we're in the Forbidden Lands. We're part of the guild. One thing that I want to talk about is in each hunting locale, there's going to be an environment with 2 dynamically changing identities. One in which the region is harsh and unforgiving, where ravenous monsters fight for limited resources, and another in which the region is vibrant and brimming with life. Okay, so...
Okay, I got really worried when you said that at first, and I was like, damn, are we bringing back hot and cold drinks? That's gonna...
So...
I don't want that anymore.
I don't think so. But
God.
But what I do see is each hunting locale. So this weather change drastic thing is not going to be something unique to just the plains that we have seen. Because, I mean, in every trailer, right, we see the storm or the environment shift drastically while they're playing. So what I am picturing is maybe 4 or 5 main locales that you unlock early, and each of them has some sort of different drastic change. Obviously, in this one, it goes from, a lush plains or savanna outscape or landscape
Mhm.
to barren waste, and it seems like the thing that changes them between the two is lightning storms. Okay, so there's going to be a monster associated with that, and you can even see it in the second trailer, The Hunter's Journey. Um, if you want to open that up, I will give you a timestamp.
Yeah.
It is 1:32 if you start it there, or sorry, 1:33. Thank you, Wilson. You will you'll open up at the big rocky crag that's in a circle,
Yeah.
and then as it plays through, you see almost an Astalos,
Yeah, he's cool looking.
almost an Astalos, but it's I don't think that's Astalos, right?
No, Stalos is a bug.
Yeah, that looks
Like the art is like reminiscent of it, but like not in a. It doesn't super feel like it. Like, I
yeah.
don't even think that'd be a relative of it.
Okay, so I'm like going frame by frame, pausing it. We have massive webbed wings, horns that look like a mix between Zenogre and Gormagala almost, if you can picture that. And
I don't want to picture that.
it has
That
like
sounds scary.
the chitin on it or the scales on it is blue, and then the background or not the background, but like the actual flesh tone is like a yellow-ish. Very cool. It is giving like a it's giving me such heavy Gormagala vibes, but it doesn't have those wing arms that I was talking about that are like
It
shared
it
between
do have
Tigrex and Nargacuga and
wing
Gormagala.
blades. It's definitely got some big wing blades, just not like wing hands.
Let me go to like the first shot of it where it's okay. We got a big spiky blue tail. That is not like an armed wing that we see
No,
with
definitely
like
not.
uh Gormagala, Tigrex, Nargacuga, Barioth, the likes.
Mhm.
It is very interesting to look at it though. So yeah, I don't know. Certainly, at least a wyvern, could be an elder dragon. It's
I could
kind
see
of
that because
on the smaller side though.
to loop back to what we were talking about with the weather changes, I am wondering if it'll be like a mid hunt, like you're going through a hunt and then the weather changes, or if it's going to be essentially if we have 4 to 5 maps that we're dealing with, will it actually be 8 to 10 as there's like a couple different weather conditions you can hunt during, or like
Yeah,
world
right.
events? Because I feel like if you have a 50-minute hunt in every we've talked about Monster Hunter feeling like a very lived in world that makes sense. If on every hunt you go on every 15 minutes the entire map shifts, you're going, this is a not that you couldn't make that work, like a very extreme harsh environment. Like the desert in real life is like that. Flash floods happen and like absolutely murk things that are there and don't realize it. But I feel like it happening all the time could just be a little much for that world building that they're so good at.
Yeah.
Not that I don't want to see them try. I'm sure they can pull it off, but we'll see.
Yeah. I agree. The next thing we should touch on is the mount. We do get a little bit of information from the website now about the
Yeah,
mount.
the Nada Chocobo.
Yeah, it's called a secret. So
Think it's easy to keep one of those?
probably not. Wouldn't it be
Damn.
funny if they just fuck off all the time? Anyways, it's an avian animal mount that can glide. You can use your slinger, certain kinds of items while mounted. We also saw mounted combat. Sharpen your weapons, gather materials, and also the thing that I am most cautious about in this game
Mhm.
is it says its well developed sense of smell allows it to guide you automatically to your current objective or any location you select on the map.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm
You're
still fine with it.
I I am
If
with
I
you that
if I ever
faster
see a
gameplay in Monster
paintball in a
Hunter.
Monster Hunter game again, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Agreed.
We've gone
Agreed.
past that.
Uh
So I don't know what the third alternative is, and if it's between paintball and maybe a little bit too quick because it just shows you where to go. I'm gonna take a little too quick every day of the week.
I agree
No
with you.
questions asked.
Just the one thing that I don't like is um current objective. Maybe that just takes you to the monster that you're hunting. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, that's okay with me. But like you should also just kind of know where the monsters go after fighting them enough times so that you can
Sure.
just select the zone for it to run you to. I will say this.
That is how World worked as well. You did not immediately have the ability to just go to them. You
Right,
had to
yeah. You
fight
had
them
to
and learn their patterns as well.
Yeah,
So it seems like
exactly.
it's probably the same thing.
Yeah. I'm just saying like when it says automatically guide you to your current objective,
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean in a game where the
Oh, you're
objectives are always to kill something? Is
yeah.
it just
I
going to take you to where it is? If so, that's
that
fine. I would
that
just much
is
rather you have to know sort of like where they are. Um, Generally, like in some of the older games, where it's like, okay, Rathalos
mhm,
frequents, zone 11, 10, and 7.
yeah.
And so then you just click on each of those zones and it takes you there to go see if it's there. That's fine. I don't just want I don't want my first experience with each new monster to be like, okay, let me hop on my chocobo, look down at my phone while it walks me there, and then I'm there all of a sudden. Uh,
Oh, I think it'll be my read on it is that it's just going to be like the scout flies. I don't think it would be what is essentially the raider ride system as well. I think the mount is going to be full. Could you God, you weren't able to have your Palamute just run you to the monster and rise, were you?
no,
Did I just
no.
okay, thank I was about to be like, did I just not use that feature for the like 200 hours I played that game? That's good.
No.
Um
So if
oh
it's if this is the new tracking system, on board, super on board.
yeah.
But that's pretty much all I want to say about the secret.
Well, something that you kind of linked my brain to there is it says current objective. And from this, I believe the Hero's Journey trailer, when we see them like leading the big monster away, is if that's the correct trailer from like a smaller herd,
Yeah,
I'm intrigued to see if they do alternate mission types. Because like we already have a couple. The only quests in Monster Hunter that exist are not only hunt quests. Some of them are like gather resources, like an amount of a specific item, or the dreaded egg delivery quest, which is the worst thing in the game. Still, I'll still stand by that. I'll always stand by that.
what a
Um,
brave take, Ian.
yeah, I know. It's I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get lit up in the comments for that one. Um,
Yeah, our email is gonna get popping on
yeah.
that one.
However, I'm curious if they're going to introduce a new type, and I don't know what it would be. And that makes me excited and nervous because I don't want these games to change too much, but also I don't want them to be exactly the same. So I don't know what a new one would be, especially with like the things that were being shown. I'm wondering if there's going to be a possible lead large monster to destination, or imagine I think this is a little too grandiose, but imagine theoretically you have a large monster that you need to get somewhere, but it's just open world enough that you can set up like traps and lead them places. Because it did seem like they were leading him somewhere.
Yes, I think
I
I
think
think
that's too far. Don't get me
those
wrong,
points that
but
you're
that would be
talking
cool.
about were definite story beats. It's like we have to lead it away from the
Yeah,
village, and then in the hunting, the way of the hunter or the hunter's journey is the actual name of it. We
mhm.
see that the uh, doshu, whatever, the fucking the
The
worst part
bear.
about this site is that it's so animated. The Doshigamu or Doshuguma is in the village. So like that's gonna be a big story beat. So maybe that's why you see like we need to lead
Mhm.
them away from the village or this or that. Uh
Yeah,
it like I mean could just be sort of like a story beat that we are kind of active in where it's like maybe what we do doesn't really even matter that much. Um
yeah. That does bring me to another point as well of story gross. Not actually, of course. Like I'm kind of joking, but like it actually feels like they're trying to make a story, which we've talked about it before. The Monster Hunter games do have a story. I can't say that they don't, but like
I
I don't know. It seems like they're trying to make it matter. Like it's very forefront where I feel like that
I
hasn't been as true
the
in the
only
past.
vibe that I'm getting from this where it's like story is like I mean, granted this is the first locale that we'll go to.
We also
Um
already have named characters.
I think that they're
Something that we
just
didn't
doing
get
that
until the
because
DLC of World for the first time.
I think that they're just doing that because now they're naming characters.
I think you're right,
All of Rise
but
had named characters as well.
they did. You're right. I don't know.
Um
It'll be interesting. I am obviously not actually against a good Monster Hunter story
I
as long as the cutscenes are still skippable.
yes,
But
important. I'll
we'll
watch it the
see.
first time and then I want the
Correct.
log like in Monster Hunter Rise, but I don't want all of the
Yeah.
cutscenes to be haikus and black and white like charcoal
Vignettes.
painting, yeah, vignette
Hmm.
things. It was cool in Rise. It's not gonna work here, obviously. Uh,
Yeah. I don't think they'd do that. I think even if they
Certainly
did
not.
a vignette style, it'll just be whatever this version is.
Yeah. So
Showcase art's different in every set, you know what I mean?
what I want to say about the story is I think we got the first arc of the story pretty much solidly planned out here. And if you don't want to hear spoilers, I guess click off now. Ian will come back in
Hold
with
on.
editing and
Theoretical spoilers.
theoretical spoilers, but like
For
I'm going to be
sure.
talking about stuff that we like is pretty much confirmed
Yeah.
just from watching the trailers. So
Mhm.
Ian's gonna edit in right now. Pause for dramatic effect. The time period that you can jump to if you don't want to hear about potential story talk that might ruin it for you.
If you're trying to skip out on them there spoilers Tyler's talking about, you're going to want to go on and head down to about 39 minutes on that there scrubber bar you got. Yeah! Go get 'em.
Opening cutscene is going to be very much like World. Everybody's gearing up to go, and this time instead of getting on a boat across an ocean, you're getting on a boat across a desert, and we see that right in the beginning.
Desert Boat also makes me very nostalgic for you and probably for I assume as well.
Try too. Try is where it first came out.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, uh, desert boat. You're gonna start there. Then we see the character that is named. His name is Nata. A mysterious young boy. He's the one wearing the white scarf. Okay, he's important. This is what I think is happening. All right.
Okay.
The village that is in the Forbidden Lands, for one reason or another, had no guild presence in it, which is an anomaly in the Monster Hunter world.
Right.
So he gets found or finds the guild and tells them about his village. And they're like, we need to go here because there's obviously some fuck shit going on in the Forbidden Lands that we need to get our hands on We need to stop. We need to control with hunters, and you're gonna lead us there. So that's why Nada's there.
Mhm.
In the end of trailer 2, I believe the end, what we see is the village getting raided by Doshiguma, and then somebody comforts Nada saying, "Don't worry, the hunter is here." So this is something that might have happened in the past, but the hunter and the guild wasn't present then. Yeah, in the first trailer, you see the boy talking to your character, the hunter, and then what I can imagine is the leader of this expedition or a guild master or something. And
Oh yeah,
he's
guy
standing
standing
there.
right in front of the window, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Definitely the admiral's brother.
it adds in some focus on his little gem necklace, but he's clearly guiding the guild to this location of the village, which seems to have been swallowed up by the land.
You know what I want? If they're going to lean into story, which we'll see, speculatively how much they do that.
Yeah.
I want him to be a twist villain. I want us to be I don't want to go as far as to say I want a moral dilemma in this fucking game. Like, it's not Shadow of the Colossus, despite the big monsters.
So, like,
but having him be somewhat evil or nefarious as the leader of the expedition, I think would be interesting. But I don't know if discussing the morality of the guild is something that they ever want to be like messing with.
Yeah.
Either.
In Rise, we did
though.
see monsters taking over characters' minds.
What?
In Monster Hunter Rise, you had the two twins that were influenced by Narwa and whatever the other one was.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, those are like the most forgettable elder dragons in the world, so I don't blame you. But we've seen that, so it's something that they could ploy with.
And even theoretically, the whole Fatalis thing.
Yeah, but that is absolutely
that's a little bit more speculative and like
that is absolutely like in-universe myth.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I would not count on there being any sort of bad human in this game.
No, neither would I.
Maybe a poacher. That might be like the first time we see something.
That would, that would actually be an interesting arc. Actually, no, it would. Would it? Would that be an interesting arc?
No, because
how would it be? How would it be justified?
You're not going to fight another person. And the way that there is illegal poaching in this universe is the guild. What is they?
I guess if they're putting out contract. They're the DNR.
They enforce population control and ecosystem management. It is not actually just go kill
the whole
Great Jaggy 15 times, creating an entire set from its corpse. It's not like that. Let's go to our next character. Which one do you want to talk about first, Gemma or Alma?
Which one do I have the conspiracy theory about that I need to get on record?
Okay, we'll talk about Alma. We'll talk about Alma first.
We'll talk about Alma first.
The hunter's
Glad
handler.
That you knew what I meant by that.
The hunter's handler is Alma. She's the one who's going to be managing the monster requests and the hunts. And it also seems like she's going to be on quest with us. I don't know how you feel about that. But anytime the handler was on a quest, it felt like a sort of interactable cutscene. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe.
Let's just hope she's not annoying this time.
That's true. And I will say, this handler, I know you're going to fucking lambast me because everybody likes Gemma. this handler is the most attractive character in any Monster Hunter game.
No,
we've
I
gotten.
don't. I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
I don't know if I agree with you like 100%, but like for sure everyone's gonna be going for muscle mommy. But like no, I think that in terms of all of the other characters, that this handler is also very attractive. I thought that as well.
Um, the only thing that's going to matter is how annoying she is in game, though.
Yeah, that's what I've seen people saying for both characters.
Yeah.
They go like, I saw a thread on Reddit of what is going to make people not like Gemma anymore, and like are switched to the next new one, because there have been a couple other ones throughout the series, and someone just went, if she's annoying, and I went, no, you're right.
Yeah.
that is like the whole thing.
So, let's talk about Gemma. Go ahead. So almost
so
the handler. We're gonna have her in quest.
What is
Gemma's the smithy?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there any other confirmed information for Gemma or
her page
like
reads
that?
a smithy with the research commission. She'll take care of all of your armor and weapon crafting needs.
Okay, so pretty basic. I have a theory from looking at her that she is the was it young Smithy or Smithy girl? You looked it up when we talked about it before.
Yeah, let me see.
From 4U. And possibly other games, but definitely 4U.
Little Miss Forge was her name.
Little Miss Forge. I think that they might be the same character, and that could, like, I don't know. When I say conspiracy theory, that's about as far as it goes, but like they have a very similar look, I feel like.
Yeah. I will say
it would be
people
I
thought
just
the
think
same
really
thing.
It'd be cool to be a callback. Having a callback like that in a Monster Hunter game would be very fun.
People thought that Little Miss Forge was the Sunbrig Smithy, who was also a girl wearing yellow. I posted if you just scroll up to
I feel like the similarity is way more striking.
Oh, certainly, but this was
her.
posted 2 years ago.
Okay.
So those are the side by side. But yeah, I will say Gemma kind of be looking like Little Miss Forge.
I definitely think she does, and like, you know, if I were to say, well, what does that mean for the ramifications of anything? I don't know. I genuinely think it would be a lot more of just like a, hey, here's a quick little thing for our fans that played the older game. I don't think it would. I mean, we both played a lot of 4U. I don't know what part of that game she was in. I think she was in the
mountain town?
Volcano. Yeah, I'd say the mountain or volcano town. But like, what part of the story happened there? I don't.
Dude, 4U
I don't know.
story.
I don't know what any of the story was. Gore Magala exists. That was the whole story. So like, I don't think there'd be like a, oh, look at this crazy plot beat they're pulling out because, yo, it was Little Miss Forge. I think it's just gonna be like an offhanded reference somewhere, probably that you can find. Not even something that's like out in the open, and just for people to go, oh hey, I saw her as a kid in the other game, and that's gonna be it. It's gonna be for me. It's just for me. They made this Easter egg just for me specifically.
Yeah. I don't know. Could be Little Miss Forge. The last thing that I want to talk about is the hunter that we've seen so far.
Mm-hmm.
Their armor is so cool. You have like this hooded duster thing on.
I was trying to figure out if it's a set we had already seen.
It's almost Puke.
It looks very reminiscent of a mix of Puke and Tetranodon a little bit in the hat. Like the hat that's under the hood kind of reminds me of a Tetranodon hat.
Which isn't something that we've never seen before. A lot of the Hunter sets, the sets that are called Hunter, have monster parts from the game in them.
Yeah.
Or like in Rise, there's an entire like village ninja set that's like Nargacuga and Zinogre combined,
Yep.
and it's like really cool looking.
Mhm.
What we've got in this set is this like dark green, this bright orange, and like the lapel and the cuffs and like the interior jacket. You've got a hood. It honestly gives some Assassin's Creed vibes too, with like
Yeah.
all of like the things you have strapped to this character, and then like the slinger looks really good, which is
It
so
does.
weird
It
to
looks
say
very
because
cool.
in Monster Hunter World it was like these big jutting horns sticking off of your character at all times. I hated it.
Yeah, it did look very
It looks so
ostentatious.
bulky and just
Yeah.
out of place, and it's so sleek and
Hmm.
like gorgeous looking. But what I really like is this feels Western.
It does. I agree with
Like
that.
the boots are
Yeah.
cowboy boots, and so it feels Western. And then you look at Nata, and you get like a uh, Egyptian, Middle Eastern, North African, like that area that
Mhm.
kind of ties in with the ecosystem that we've seen so far. You get that kind of, um, ethnic background as well as like cultural tie-ins with the clothes.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's all fabricated within the world, but dark hair, uh, tan skin. He has like these light brown eyes. Um, very different from like other Monster Hunter characters that we've seen so far. So
Yeah.
this is already feeling like a distant part of the world that we haven't seen before.
For
Uh,
sure.
and I don't know. I think it'd be really fucking badass if we got a bunch of in the monsters set designs. If we got a bunch of like that region, like what used to be the Ottoman Empire, that region inspired armor would be sick.
That would be very cool.
Like, you know what Janissary
I mean,
armor looks like?
we kind of have that from Jen. Yeah, the Great Macau. That's how I'd say it. Great Macau gear. It kind of had that like turban look to it, if you recall.
I don't recall. Well,
I'd say
let's
not
look
that
at the
that's
Blade Master.
inherently the same thing. Certainly. Oh, am I thinking of a different set actually?
Oh no!
Why is it so hard
Burna.
to find actual
Burna?
Is that
Burna
what it is?
armor. No picture on the fucking wiki.
That is what I'm thinking of. Yes, it's the first set that you get. It's like what you spawn in, if I recall.
Okay, that's true.
Not that it's exactly the same, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's reminiscent, certainly.
I think it'd be cool to see like just a ton of influence from that region of the world tied into this game, because it would be so unique for a Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, because
we have so
I
much.
do think that like Rise was very unique. Like, not that Monster Hunter hasn't always been.
Rise was ninjas and
Japanese,
then medieval
but
knights.
Yeah, I do feel like Rise had a very unique flavor to it, even though it was kind of just Japanese.
Yeah,
overall.
it was like ninjas, and then with Sunbreak, it was like medieval knights, and then you had like classic sets returning as always.
Yeah.
But I think it would be so cool if you just had like cowboy looking motherfuckers, people wearing like attire that's appropriate for a desert, for like these desert dwelling monsters or these plains savannah dwelling monsters. I'm very excited for a lot of the character stuff, because it's like, I mean, when you watch the trailer, it's beautiful.
Very character driven.
And
it looks great.
Your hunter looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this will bring me into one thing that I do want to say. I have to buy a new PC for this game.
Yeah, me too, and it's gonna suck.
My PC is not going to run this very well.
Not a shot. There's no way my PC can even fucking handle it. There's no way. I hate it.
So, okay, we got characters, the living world, the monsters. Oh, the last thing that I got to touch on is hunting. They have a couple of new ways that you're going to go hunting. Focus mode is easier to aim.
Oh, you mean the actual hunts themselves? Oh,
yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's aiming and specified guard abilities. And the footage that they show this one is you fighting multiple Doshugumas. So I think that this is going to be like an enhanced target selection from the old games. And when you're in the focus mode, you can deal big damage to the monster that you're focused on with new attacks, is what they say. It's also supposed to make fighting and the gameplay in general easier and better to use. We have the Slinger that returns as an indispensable hunter's tool. Why was it indispensable, Ian?
I don't know.
Tenderizing was meta, and it was.
Oh, sorry.
And it was.
I thought you were talking in the new one.
No,
you already had some information. Yes, tenderization in the old version made it required.
Yes, and that sucks. Honestly, that was part of a game sucks.
It's my least favorite part of World.
But all it says here is use it to fire rocks, seeds, and other natural ammo, or trigger objects in the environment. You see him shoot a stalactite to fall onto another Doshiguma that's chasing him.
Classic stage hazards.
Yeah.
Just let it be a fucking grappling hook already, please.
So
you gave us wire bugs. Please let us have a grappling hook.
So yeah, we have. It's called the Hook Slinger in this generation. Well, we don't know if it's a grappling hook because all it does is.
Let me confirm. I do mean anywhere grappling hook because I know that technically the Slinger, or in World, not even the Slinger.
Yeah, there were
grapple points, not those. I want a full. I can look somewhere in a way similar to wire bugs, but I can't just stop them in the air.
But not magical flying bugs.
Yeah, just give me a grounded grappling hook. Like every other game has realized every player wants to just have a grappling hook.
So
Halo has a grappling hook now. Put it in Monster Hunter.
It says the Hook Slinger is the newest evolution, allowing you to gather all types of materials from a distance. Used while mounted, or can be used to interact with certain environmental objects or trigger traps. Take from that what you will. I don't think you're going to get what you want out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a confirmation that the 14 iconic weapon types are returning. That doesn't necessarily exclude any new weapon types, but at this point... I was going to ask
if I had missed anything about that.
At this point, I'm saying we're not getting any new weapon types.
I don't think so. I think the fact that we're switching weapons means we're not getting a new weapon type.
Yep. This is where we would have seen it. We would have seen it in the first big trailer where they talk about it. And also, I feel like the iconic Hunter trailer would be using the new weapon, just like they did with the Insect Glaive in For You.
When's the anniversary again?
The anniversary is this year? It was in March?
This year for sure. I just don't... Oh, did it already happen?
I believe so. Or maybe it's March 2025. Let me see.
I'd say, because I would say that if we haven't seen it at or by the anniversary, then I would for sure say we're not seeing it. I'd say there's a chance if it hasn't happened yet, that is when we will see it.
Okay, so Monster Hunter 2024 March 2024 marks the 20th anniversary of the Monster Hunter series.
Oh, okay.
So, special program, a look back at Monster Hunter 20 years. They have a couple projects. Um, there's new like collectibles. There's new chairs from Secret Lab. Do you know Secret Lab chairs?
I know the exact ones you're talking about. They actually look very cool.
I am getting the Rathalos one.
Are you actually?
Yes, it looks sick.
That's cool. It's good. It looks like a good chair.
Sky has a Demon Slayer Secret Lab, and it is the best chair I've ever sat in. It's very like firm,
Is it?
but
Okay.
you like settle into the firmness. I don't know how else, like you don't sink into it like memory foam, but like the
We're not
firmness
sponsored
is
by
nice.
Secret Labs, by the way.
Secret Lab
If you want
sponsor
to,
us.
please do.
Give us free chairs, and we will plug you
we
every
will,
episode.
Yeah. You just I don't think they care enough. We'll absolutely be sponsored by them if they want. But yeah, in that case, I'm inclined to agree with you that we probably will not be seeing a new weapon.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see one.
I think 2-weapon combat is going to be the much bigger thing, and I have two takes on or ideas on this, and I'm curious what you think. The first one is much more rational, and the second one is not. I think that the 2 weapons is going to be a range and a melee specifically. I don't think it's going to be interchangeable with any of the two.
Right.
I feel like we only saw 2 weapons of greatsword or we only saw 2 weapons of range and melee. I didn't watch them closely enough to see if it was the only greatsword and heavy bowgun. There might have been alternatives there.
Right.
But I do think that you will be able to take a ranged and melee weapon, and that the maps are probably therefore going to be a lot bigger. Yeah. I think it'll be one ranged and one melee weapon. I don't think you'll be able to do like dual blades into longsword or something like that.
Catch me with the fucking gun lance, literally becoming a knight with an exploding lance, jousting every monster.
Yeah, what if they make lance good in this game just because there's mounted
Don't get my hopes up.
Oh god, we'll see.
Well, even if they do, they're not gonna make gun lance good.
No, yeah, I was gonna say those are still 2 different weapons, my guy. I think that'll be interesting though. I'm curious if we're getting 2 weapons, how easy it's going to be to restock as well, or if we can restock. Because like, as someone that plays ranged weapons now, restocking ammunition for them can be the literal make or break between whether or not a weapon is viable.
Yeah, okay. So that's true. But my biggest concern is, Ian, if you're using a greatsword and you bring along a heavy bowgun, how good are you going to be with the heavy bowgun if you're stuck with the same armor set that your greatsword had? It's going to be shit. I mean, it's going to be shit.
Maybe not the best example. You can still pull off a pretty decent set with that. But I get where you're going with it of, yeah, are you going to have to be building mixed sets for 2 different
Are you doing mixed sets? Do you get 2 sets of gems that also change when you switch your weapon? That would be the fix if you ask me.
2 gem sets? That'd be interesting.
Like each armor set has 2 gem sets, but like primary 1 uses like gem set 1 and primary 2 uses gem set 2, and they're disabled when you're not using
because if they don't do something like that, it does feel like you're just not gonna use 2 weapons.
If that's what it is, then I'm gonna bring a light bowgun that has sleep shot on it. I'm going to bring enough sleep shots to put it to sleep 1 time, because after that you need what? Like you need sleep attack up or something, right?
You need a pretty decent amount.
Yeah, or just like absolutely pepper it with sleep. Yeah, so and yeah, I am concerned about it. I trust them. I do.
I want it to be very cohesive and really make a big difference, but I also would not complain too much if the meta became run whatever weapon you want, and then also everyone has a light bowgun that has sleep and drank shot.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the worst thing.
Yeah,
I want it to be more than that. Like, or even just like I mean, hell, even if it became everyone has a different ailment on it. You have a light
Poison,
bowgun.
yeah.
I have sleep. Someone else has para. Like, there's some interesting ways that I hope the meta would be more than that. But like, I don't know. We've both played video games, and when we're talking about metas,
It's not gonna matter.
it becomes very objective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's rapid fire down episode 29. The bullet points that we had. Okay, so Slinger absolutely confirmed. Was confirmed.
Yep.
Still
Was at the time.
Still an ice cold take. Fast paced gameplay. We've seen pretty fast paced gameplay. Like there's lots of monsters on the screen at once.
I feel like we've seen fast pace in terms of animation speed.
Okay.
That does not necessarily tie into a faster hunt.
Yes, okay, that's true. We still don't know, but hopefully on the quicker side.
Yeah.
Still
I don't
challenging.
Want it to be quicker than Rise.
Yeah, true.
I would not want a Monster Hunter game to be faster. If it's as fast,
I don't want it as fast.
I don't want it as fast, but I would be like fine with it. I do not want something faster than Rise. Rise is as fast as I want a Monster Hunter game.
Even in Rise, when you are fighting a monster that you are outclassed by, the quest is going to either take 13 minutes and you kill it, or you cart 3 times in like the first 8 minutes.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Way too quick.
Yeah.
Scout flies, maybe. It might all just be integrated into the mount.
I think the concept of scout flies is in the game. I don't think scout flies themselves are going to be in the game.
I'm just gonna very quickly scroll to our mount again. I don't think we see the scout flies on them anywhere. Like I thought maybe we did.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't notice it. I feel like they're going to be. That's like the thing of the new world, because it was like these bugs. They're everywhere out here. Whoa, weird.
Yeah. Underwater combat. We already kind of talked about this.
Possible, not unsure. Though.
Possible, not guaranteed. Certainly not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Would be a nice addition if you ask me. Like.
We're gonna have to see like a literal gameplay trailer of underwater combat.
Yeah,
like even if we see a monster diving in and out of water a bunch, like that
means
we have to get like
a
hard confirm now.
What I think they could do is an area that floods and drains as the drought versus vibrant ecosystem thing that we talked about earlier. That would be pretty cool. Snecks, we basically saw. A bunch of sand snecks.
Wyverns are basically snecks. I know that they're not in terms of the context that we're talking about.
You mean leviathans? Yeah.
Yeah, I know that snake wyvern is different, of course, but like they're kind of snecks, and that's close enough for me to be happy at the very least.
Yeah. So again, we don't know too much besides the plains as to like what we're gonna see.
Yep.
But there's lots of snakes in like a desert or I'm talking specifically Western America, Southwestern America.
Yeah.
That kind of ecosystem that we kind of get here when it gets more desolate. We see a lot of like rattlesnakes. Yeah. We could see maybe like, I think it'd be really cool to have like a smaller sized large monster, if you follow me, like a great jaggy or something like that. That's just a snake and it's like super fast. And it
that'd be interesting.
It doesn't like stay low to the ground. But when it moves, obviously it has to slither along the ground. But then it like kind of postures up like a cobra.
That'd be cool.
Hire me, Capcom. Mobility.
True.
Mobility is already up huge. We've seen it. Like there's a mount that you can fight on the back of.
I still do want to see what the hunter has access to though, because we're not going to be on the mount the whole time.
That's true.
And don't get me wrong, I love that we have it. I mean, Not that it's going to be exactly the same. I thought Elden Ring's mounted combat sucked. I'm not normally a fan of mounted combat.
That's true.
Always willing to give it a shot, but I want to see. And I mean, it looks like they're dashing around a little bit more than other games, but we haven't seen any like hard evidence again of like a different mobility system. Like how fast is my greatsword that I'm going to play for sure going to be? Because it's going to feel rough going back from Rise of not having any mobility on slow weapons.
Certainly. I will cry real tears if I can't blast dash with a gun lance. I'll strain
Yeah, if they take that away from gun lances, that even I think
like what did we
wrong.
do to deserve that? What did we as gun lance users deserve?
That would be really fucked up if they took that away from you.
A siege style hunt.
It's a siege.
We talked about it. Jen Moran. We fought on.
Yeah, that ship.
We fought on that ship in a desert, just like we were saying.
I'm sure it's not the literal ship, but it looks fucking identical.
Yeah,
it looks so close. Was there a bell or a gong on it? I didn't notice.
That's a good.
That's
question.
actually like a really real.
That'll give us
to whether or not it is. Yeah.
Watching the beginning. I see a lot of those Leviathans in the desert as we go through. I realize now that I'm looking at the wrong fucking trailer. I need to be looking at the first one. Here we go. State of play. Okay. Enhance image.
Enhance? Zoom? Enhance?
Okay, I don't see a bell.
Okay.
Nothing to show like a Dragonator.
Damn, no Dragonator even? Okay. Maybe not. Not to say that makes it impossible. I'm gonna guess every single boat doesn't have those. If I recall in For You, you're in like a convoy of them as well, and you like split off and like lure it away from the rest of the convoy. I might be straight pulling that out of my ass.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember that. No, because I feel like the whole thing of For You was you were like a little trade convoy.
Yeah, you were.
That's why you were in
them,
like yeah. Okay, no, so that would make sense in that case.
Yeah, I didn't see anything of the likes. Okay. So siege style hunts, I still would love to see that.
As would I. We still haven't technically seen any of the Todai.
That's true.
Totuses.
They are technically
they're
Leviathans.
Probably and they're still probably gonna be.
At least Juratodos is like he's made for
pretty
this
standard
zone.
Fixation now. Yeah.
So
and also, as much as I hate to say it and give him any credit, because fuck Piscean Wyverns, his armor does look very good, especially for a very early monster.
Yeah, true.
Which kind of sucks, but whatever. Any love to the longsword? We don't have any real. We haven't seen a longsword, I suppose.
True. Fuck the longsword. That's Capcom's official stance right now.
That's their stance right now. It's go greatsword, fuck longsword. Currently,
I feel like that's always been their stance, but they just balance longswords so poorly that like I have a huge issue with any sort of drastic changes to the longsword, because like it already is a very good move set. If they just copy and pasted what World had, and if they did anything more, holy fuck.
Yep, it'd be a lot. We've already kind of touched on what we think for open world.
Yeah, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I truly don't.
No, and we don't want it to. Yeah. I stand by the fact that I do not want it to be an open world game.
So
would not be fun.
This last little bit, things we might see. Medium bowguns are not returning. There's no fucking shot. They don't even have a place in the game. Truly,
no, not really.
They were a thing when weapon weight was being considered a lot more because of water combat, and so you could like build up a light bow gun to be a little bit heavier, um, to get more damage and stuff. But then you got like the really bad dodge underwater.
Oh, gotcha.
Uh, and so that's kind of why medium bow guns existed. That they were only in try. They're not coming back.
No.
New weapon group.
Seems like
don't
probably
think
not.
so. Removal
Now, however,
of camps.
I just had an idea that I think might be possible. I think maybe instead of like the full camp aspect that we have currently, I wonder if there'll be like a secret storage, if you will, where you have like, you know, your full inventory, but then you can take, say, X stacks of items. So like you, for instance, for like your heavy bowgun usage, you could have your like black powder up to a higher cap of like, if you can normally only carry 150, your secret can carry 500 of it, and then you could have like additional amounts, but it's still it's still finite.
Yeah.
But it is more than you'd be able to normally have.
Yeah,
like,
enough for a hunt or two, and then restock in between. Yeah,
like one of the biggest issues with the bow is like on the ones that you could have like max files on of like 50, you could only bring enough of the crafting ingredients to make like a total of 90 before having to restock. And even if you were like a good bow player, unlike me, who was okay at absolute maximum, you still weren't killing a monster in that time normally.
Yeah.
Like, unless you were like really, really overspec'd or Team Darkside.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And having that be like the only weapon that you really felt like you needed it, you could normally get by it a little easier in the bow guns. It just like, I hope there's something there for that, especially if it's something you could call like your secret and just hit a button and it restocks everything for however much you have. That would, I think, somewhat deal with the problem, maybe.
Yeah. New weapon element, maybe.
Who knows? Yeah, that one's still not impossible, certainly.
All right, let's end the episode with one monster that, from what you've seen so far, fits in. You
mean like a current monster that we think will be in the game?
Yeah. Let's just get like a little baby lukewarm prediction out here.
I'm actually gonna I'm throwing it in because I always want it, but because we've seen another Akabra, I want to see Tatsukabra come back.
Okay.
I think there's like, that's an actual reason to say that like they might have two of them.
Okay.
This time.
I think the obvious answer is probably Diablos. I mean, we've already seen like the hunters fall to the sand and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But one that nobody would be excited for, except for maybe me, would be a Cephadrome to come back. Do you know Cephadrome?
Right. No one would. I do. I only know it from the 4U fishing mini game, but I do know it.
Yeah, that's right. Because it wasn't even in 4U. Was it in Tri-U?
It gave me a really good sleep sword and shield because I did the fishing mini game on cooldown every time it was possible.
Yep. So
and it was like actually like a really strong sleep sword and shield as well.
They have
it was good.
They have the sleep element. I'm a lover of sleep bombing.
That's the only reason I'd want to see it. I would not want to see the dromes either. I know they're not Piscine wyverns, but they're close enough.
Cephadrome, and that'd be cool to come back. Like anything that with the boat and the oh god, what are these new monsters called? Balaka or Balahara, sorry. They're already like surfing the sea like it's the sea of sand, like it's an actual sea.
Yep.
Cephalos and Cephadrome just feed into that even more. That like it'd be so cool if like you just look out and it's just like constantly like things going in and out of the the sand dunes.
That'd be
It'd be so cool.
very interesting. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us for now. Unless you got anything else.
No, I'm good.
Well, with that, I suppose we hope you have a great rest of your weekend, day, whenever you happen to be listening to this episode. And we certainly hope you tune into the next one. And until then, I've been Ian.
And I'm always Tyler. Dude, Chatacabra is just like Grangold. I didn't even realize it.